Mess we make, we bonded over laughs and every mistake. From bad hair days to a joke or two, no topic was off limits, nothing taboo. We laughed till we cried, had each other's backs. A sisterhood formed in the middle of tracks. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. From late night texts to early morning calls, we've been through it all, big and small. From talking fashion to the crazy stuff, we got each other's backs when life gets tough. We send memes and pics of the day gone wrong and the occasional "can you believe this song?" We share everything, no secrets to keep, like a wild dream that we never want to sleep. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. From Tennessee, where the music plays, to sweet tea nights and lazy days. From England's hills to the country roads, our sisterhood's a bond that forever grows. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. Through the highs and the lows, we've been there. When the world feels heavy, we just don't care. We're loud, we're bold, we're a little bit wild, but always there for each other, with hearts so mild. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Leanie, the eclipse is to blame, but truly the Lord brought us together, and we'll never be the same. She started off observing, she kept to herself her wording. She saw the need for a friend indeed to all those deserving. She travels the world through your eyes. She listens and sometimes cries. She wants to know what makes you whole and cares without disguise. According to Leanie, she welcomes you here. A laugh, a song, sometimes a tear. A friend, a foe, a stranger. Your life story, your moments of glory. You're sad, you're happy, your dreams and your worries. She wants to know the ins and outs of all of you here. According to Leanie, according to Leanie, she welcomes you here. A laugh, a song, sometimes a tear. A friend, a foe, a stranger. Your life story, your moments of glory. You're sad, you're happy, your dreams and your worry. She wants to know the ins and outs of all of you here. According to Leanie, she wants to know what it is all about. According to Leanie, you're welcome here while we all just figure life out. So sit back and yak, smile and laugh, have a cup or two. Leanie is coming on right now and she welcomes you. Let's hear life according to Leanie. According to Leanie, coffee's king. Cigs in hand, and she does her thing. Maggie's got the jokes we know. Together we are ready for the show. Chats on fire, the crowd goes wild. Maggie's clips just drive me wild. Leanie's love for Java steams. We're living out our crazy dreams. On a chorus, Leanie, life's no lie. Sip that coffee, watch time fly. With Maggie by her side, it's clear the best damn show around is here. Subscriptions climbing, views so high. Leanie's truth, it makes us cry. Maggie's got that wit so quick. We tune in daily for our fix. Community that stands so strong. Laughing, chatting all day long. From sunrise to the longest nights. Leanie's tales put out our lights. On a coins, Leanie, life's no joke. Spark that cig and take a toke. With Maggie by her side, it's clear the best damn show around is here. Subscriptions climb and views so high. Leanie's truth, it makes us cry. With Maggie by her side, it's clear the best damn show is always near. On a chorus, Leanie, life's no loud. Maggie's quips just drive me wild. Leanie's love for Java steams. We're living out our crazy dreams. On a chorus, Leanie, life's no lie. Sip that coffee, watch time fly. With Maggie by her side, it's clear the best damn show around is here. Best damn show is always here. The best damn show is always near.
Hello, thanks for coming in. So let's have a look. Let me get to these comments now. Let me try and do it right tonight because I always do it wrong. Hey Laura, how are you, love? I'm okay. Plodding on, dear, plodding on. Let me just stop this. I don't know how to stop it, to be honest, but I'm going to have a go now. It starts up. Hold on, love. Bear with me. How do I do this now? Gosh, how do I get it off? StreamYard has completely changed. I set all this up earlier and then the laptop did an update. So everything I had up ready had gone off. Hello, Leanie.
Hello. Hello. Hi, everybody.
If you just talk to the chat for a second for me, Lee. I'm just trying to take this off the screen.
Yeah, well, I can't see chat. I'm on my phone.
Oh, can't you?
No.
Well, you can still see. Can't you see chat on the phone?
I went to,
Just
that's how I keep getting kicked out because I go to try to get to chat and it's like one thing or the other. Look, I don't know what I'm doing on the phone. I'm not a phone person when it comes.
Well, if you look and you see the where we are on panel and you see underneath the name of whatever it is, the stream, yeah? Well, underneath there on the far left is a little box, like a little, if you click that, that'll take you to comments.
The one that says you're in the show?
No, that's meaning you're on panel. It's underneath, so you've got the rectangle box, where you can see us on panel. And underneath there, are you in StreamYard? You know her, aren't you? She's dropped down again. She doesn't use her phone. I know about the phone all the time because it's all I ever use. But Leanie doesn't. She uses her PC. So it confuses her and she keeps getting knocked off. Hi, Lee.
Does not work for me. I must
No,
have kind of settings on or something because I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue.
so, oh, don't worry. Don't worry. It's literally underneath where we're talking now. There's a little, like a couple of little tiny boxes if it's on your phone.
Right.
And one's for like private chat, one's for leaving if you want to leave, and the other is for comments. But just if you go in one day, just on your own through Street, go on your phone and play about with the buttons, you'll find it.
Well, thank you, Maggie.
You're all right, Lee. Anytime I'll help you out. Don't worry. You know that.
Can you do roll
So
call? Let me hear
I'm
who.
going to do roll call right now. God, she's an awful boss, you know. Terrible. Gotta watch my P's and Q's now. She's in here. Oh, yeah. So, Possum, are you still here? So, Possum's here, Lee. If you want to say hello.
Yes. Hello.
We've got Queen Mom of Grace and Garth.
I love
Queen.
Welcome.
Hello, we've got Laura.
Hello, Laura.
Hello, Laura. And that's where we are for now. So you like my accent, Laura, or Leanie's accent? So Laura likes the accent, one of our accents, Lee.
It's your accent. I don't have an accent, honey.
Shut up, of course you do.
I do
so,
not.
Laura, you do?
I
Laura,
don't.
we always have a face. You'll have to forgive us, but we can't help it. Oh, she loves both of us. Oh, she's neutral. She's a clever girl. Clever girl, Laura.
Laura, I don't have any feelings, honey. You could say it's Maggie. Everybody says it's Maggie. Maggie this, Maggie that. Everybody loves Maggie. Leanie's a bitch. That's the way it goes down, girlfriend. I'm got no feelings.
And we've got Aussie True Crime. Hi, Aussie. I'm just having a swig of me coffee, hold on.
Yeah, what's in that coffee, girl?
Oh, that was lovely. I really enjoyed
it was
that
lovely.
swig. So, Laura's laughing at us having a fight. It wouldn't be alive if we didn't have a fight, Laura. We always do.
Always. And usually it's a lot worse than that. That was really mild. We must miss each other. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because if we see each other every day, we go at it. We just go at it and forget everybody's in the room with us. And then we kiss and make up and she sings to me. That's the way it goes down.
And then we get a copyright because I sung a song.
Right.
So we've got Aussie's post. She's a member for 23 months. And she says, woohoo, almost 2 years.
What up with that? Thank you so much, Aussie. Thank you.
And we've got that Irish dude himself, Alex Cleary. Hello, Alex.
My love,
He
the
says,
of the channel.
He says, much love to you both.
Oh.
And we've got Pink Peony. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Hello, Pink dear.
Bug.
Buenos tardes. I can't do that. Is that Spanish?
Good day. Good day.
It's what?
I think so. I think buenas tardes means good day.
Right, okay. Thank you very much. Alex is waving. So to everyone that's just come in, Leanie can't see the chat because she's on a phone. If anyone knows, if you're on an iPhone and you're on panel, how does she see the comments? I'm on Android. I can't tell her. So if anyone knows how she sees the comments once she's on, you're in through StreamYard, aren't you, Lee?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the big TV though, so I can see the comments because I
go on.
I'm having a case of FOMO. I want to know too.
Can you go in sit on Rhett's bed? And has he got a telly in his room?
Yeah, I'm just sitting in the living room though. Is that all right?
And Alex says, Leanie's in prison, be honest. Yeah, she got arrested. I'd love to see you getting arrested.
That's a big secret we were all supposed to keep.
Laura says, I used to, but I don't remember. Oh, join the club, Laura. We're in the Don't Remember Club. We can't remember yesterday.
We embraced.
Terrible.
Yeah, we just embraced it.
Ozzy says, I think it's a different screen on iPhone. It sucks. Get an Android. Be done with that.
No, I like iPhone. I can't go back to Android.
No, I like iPhone. I can't go back to Android. What are you saying?
I said, shut the fuck up, Maggie.
You shut the fuck up. Fuck off. She taught me how to say that in American. I love it. And do you know what? I can do accents when I get onto it, but I can't get onto the American one. And I listen to it all the time. What's going on? Laura's just laughing again. Get your telly on then and look at the comments.
I am. I'm trying.
I'm going to be dry as a fucking bone. Shut up and get a look then.
Where's the mods? Put suck it in chat, please. Suck it in chat for Maggie. Suck it in chat for Maggie.
Suck it in chat for Maggie. You get and suck it, Lee. How about that? Hey.
I can't figure out how to use this TV. It's got like 2 different remotes. Who does that? I don't have 2 different remotes. How do I?
Well, he must have one for Sky or something like that, and nobody cares anyway. So shut up.
Oh, okay.
Go and suck it, bitch.
All of Maggie's cuss words are now in some kind of English language. Okay, maybe I'm so on to. I'll figure it out. Carry on, Mag. Carry on, love bug. We do have a situation.
We're having a situation, guys. It's terrible.
Isn't there always a situation? That we're always having a situation. It's just a thing.
Nothing goes to plan.
No.
Look what I made you do, Lee.
Oh, it looks dead professional.
I know, I'm loving it.
Maggie, I'm letting you know right now, we're headed to the big times. I know people.
Listen, watch our subs go up.
Yeah, we're
the subs go up.
Hold on, let me go buy some real quick. Let me go buy some.
I've got some. Go on, I'll go off with you.
Yeah, let's go buy some. Tell Alec to get on there. I'll call BP. Everybody we're gonna need you to start buying subs.
Listen, Lee, we're not going to need to buy anything, right? We don't do that. We've never done it. We're going to do it the right way, the way we've done it before. We're going to get on our case. We're going to bring updates to people because that's what they want. And we're going to talk true crime. And that's what we enjoy. And we're going to go for it because you know what? We don't care anyway about subs. We're only joking. But that's where we get our subs from doing lives about true crime.
No, I was only repeating what other people say about us. That
Well, don't worry what other people say. Let them say what they want. We know the truth.
I have to make a joke of everything.
I know you do, Leanie, but you know what? Just shut the fuck up now.
Believe what I'm seeing on this TV. What the hell is my son watching?
Looks good, Maggie, doesn't it? I learned to do the AI. I can't believe it. It's still, do you know what the only thing is with AI? Is I literally fight with AI. And I know it's not a person, but I say I have to repeat over and over again. You know, if you're doing something for a person, like a photo, it changes the face. You've got to say, do not change the face. Do not alter features. Oh, it's absolutely, the picture is beautiful, but it changes the face. Alex said, have you watched that chapter, True Crime, now? Is that what, didn't you mention that to us, Alex?
Tell him do not be putting a plug in for other channels when we're live.
Don't be putting a plug in for another channel, Alex, or I'm going to block you.
Block him.
Oh, well, he's getting 10 more minutes and you're getting blocked, Alex.
Now.
Didn't you say that's on Netflix? I think he says it's on Netflix. I don't think it's a channel on here. Oh, it is. He's apologising. Oh, best you do apologise, Alex, because I was going to block you.
Hey.
So Ozzy says, oh my God, hubby had the new Samsung and he was cleaning the fence out the front. He left his phone on a pile of rubbish I had taken away. The phone went.
The phone?
Oh.
The phone got thrown away?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys, I've been according to Lainey on my little guy's phone who's not so little. And it comes, I only had to type in ACCO and I'm number 1.
I know, I only get that in and it comes up straight away.
Yeah, that's because we look at it all the time. But that means that my son is probably watching us more than what I think.
Oh,
That'd be
and
what.
he's not letting on. Oh, we're gonna have to stop swearing, Lean. He'd be
Oh,
disgusted in us.
he knows.
It's not me, it's your mother.
It's your mother. He knows.
It's your mother. It's your mother.
And to think that kid does not even cuss. I'm like, are you? I mean, if I didn't know he never left my room from the time that I spit him out, I would have think maybe he had gotten switched at birth because he's nothing like me. He doesn't cuss. He doesn't.
He's like his daddy.
Yeah, he's not. Well, we know his daddy does though. He just puts on a good play. But he's not foul. He really isn't. I've asked his friends, and they're like, no, he thinks that's trash.
Trash.
Because he tells me all the time, he's like, Mom, you're totally trash. And I'm like, oh, well,
It's okay. My son says all kinds to me. I feel like I'm disgusting. Anyway, so Ozzy said the phone was crushed.
oh my
I
God.
know, Alex. She always says that when she spits the mouse. Alex, because she said spit a mouse, he's laughing.
Yeah, I spit him out. I spit all my kids out. I had great labors and deliveries.
Did you have them quickly?
Huh?
Did you have your babies quick?
I mean, everybody has, their first labors and deliveries are just hell. But mine was really, I mean, for a 15-year-old, this is pretty good. It was only 11 and a half hours,
Oh
but
my God.
the second two were exactly 4 hours from beginning to end.
Wow. Oh,
And
she was only 15, you know what I mean? And she got a mouse out. That's amazing. That's been sobbing on your shoulder. I wouldn't have been a bit of good to you. I'd have been going, Lean. I'd have been sobbing.
no, I knew there was one thing I understood at that young age was that I can only help myself, and the only way out of this is what I kept thinking.
To get a mouse.
Out of this was just to spit them out, and so I did. And then baby chow, 15 minutes from beginning to end.
Wow, God, that's good.
Yeah.
And how long was you getting your labour pains before you then stuff going to the hospital? I bet you'd had them for a week.
The end. All of those
What?
times were the first labor pain until I spit them out.
Oh my God. So Alex said, Leanie, you should have been a poet. Can you see the comments?
I can't see it on his TV, so now I'm pulling it up on my iPad because I forgot I had one of these.
Oh, see what I mean? See what I mean?
You guys, I'm no good, to tell you the truth. I just fake it.
I've got an idea. Can you see them now? Hold
can
on.
see them now. I can see them now. Oh, see there? Look how smart you are. Smarter than the average.
Is that better or that?
That's better. Oh, Alex, his avatar.
Alex, yeah, Alex, what's happened to your avatar? I can't remember what one you're at, but
I like that
I can
one.
tell something.
I'm sitting all the way across the room and I can see the colors. It's pretty. I don't know what it is. I'm not close enough.
It's not on. It's just a turquoise with an A in it. A turquoise circle with an A.
Oh, it's completely sexy. I love it. I love it.
She thinks it's sexy.
I think it's way sexy.
So it's got an A in it. For what can we give him? We'll have to give him a name. I'm not going to call you that. Alex Cleary. That's really Irish, that, isn't it?
Really Irish.
I'm dying to hear Alex. Alex, will you come up on panel and let us hear your accent? Birth is easy. Us men could give birth and never complain. Oh, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Look at him, said quick. I'm joking, sorry. We know, we know you men think you'll do it better than us, but you got no chance. We get it all. Everything we get. We go through everything. Use men get away with murder.
Listen, most of you men can't even handle a cold.
No, you can't.
You can't.
And if they've got a cold, they've got the flu.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, got the flu.
Bring on the soup.
Yeah. Right, so anyway, have you been following this case, the SIDERS case? I mean, there's not been much going on because there's a gag order which went on the 14th, which was what's his name? Gary Senior, the granddad. It was his lawyer that's put this on. So we don't know whether this applies to Christine as well. So, because we could be finding stuff about her. So Leanie's going to have a dig and see what she can find because she's better than me. Plus, I can't always get stuff that's in the States. We're blocked now. You're in the wrong country. So it won't let us pull up a lot. So, Alex, what do you mean? Which case? The one we've been doing? The SIDERS, honest to God, the SIDERS case. Do you remember, Al? Do you remember? Show you a little picture. Hold on. This one. The first man there, Gary, is the granddad. Then we've got the husband, the wife, which is Elizabeth, who's had the 16 kids, and then the grandmother there. Do you remember? Look at the ages of the kids. She's got 3 sets of twins.
Laura,
age 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18. And they were all in a 12 by 12 room when they were rescued. Do you remember, Alex?
Laura, stay. We love having you, love bug. And then remember also, they know for sure that there was another set of twins that were conjoined that she gave to, and they both passed away within an hour or right around an hour after their birth. So and then, I mean, we don't know for sure yet if there were even more kids, right? Because they moved around so much. Is that correct?
And Alex just come in and blew the lid off the whole thing. Look at his comments.
Go ahead. It looks like Alec wants to be co-host.
I know. Get up here now. So Laura said, shall I leave or shall I stay? Keep laughing at you, Maggie. Oh, Laura, stay around, girl. There'll plenty more laughs on the way. We'll cry. We'll laugh. We'll get a cob on, which means we get a bit angry. So, and before you leave, you'll know a bit of Scouse, which is what I am, from Liverpool. I've got my own. I'm not English. I speak Scouse. We've got our own accent.
Yes.
Our own dialogue, everything.
It's because she's hood. Everybody in Liverpool is completely hood. Maggie is straight. Yeah. She even wears
straight from the hood.
Anna. She wears a green.
Yeah, get up my front door at the hood.
She represents
the hood. So, Alex, you're going to come up if I give you the link? Don't say now, Alex, and start playing me every week. You say you're coming up. Yeah, stay, Laura. You can get up if you want, Laura. We'll say hello to you.
Laura.
Laura Jane. It's a name. Laura Jane. 8158.
8158. All right.
Alex.
I guess we should go ahead. I'm sure most people know that have been following this case. Alex's little comment there. Go ahead, Maggie.
Yeah. So anyway, so these 16 children were found in a room 12 by 12. Oh, Alex is coming up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm going to throw the link right now, Alex. Get you over and done with. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. I can't wait to hear this Irish accent. We might fall in love with you, Alex. What's going to happen then?
Already in love with him?
There's going to be murder. Oh, no. I need to hear his voice.
No, I have a great imagination. I know exactly what he looks like.
Come on now. There's the link. Laura, don't be shy. Listen, I was shaking when I first came on here. I was petrified. Now you can't shut me up. It's just like being on the telephone. Swear down. Pretend you're talking to me on your mobile. Can't go wrong. Come on, Alex. Click that link and get up here. Let us hear you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to hear a man with the most beautiful Irish accent, because I love Irish accents. Out of every accent, I would love to be Irish. Or after that, I'd be American. I would rather talk to you in chat. That's absolutely fine, Laura. You stay wherever you want, love. Stay wherever you want. We don't care as long as we've got you. Can you please hit the like anyway? And sub up to the channel if you haven't already. And I'd be made up, which means I'd be delighted. I'd be really happy.
Say delighted, and then you don't have to. I mean, why can't you people just use regular words?
Why doesn't she shut up? Why don't you stop interfering? Anyway, Laura, I'm the co-host and she's the host. Believe it or not.
And in words like favorite, you add a U to favorite. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Listen, I'm teaching Laura Scouse, okay? Don't be getting jealous.
Okay. I'll try not to.
There you go. See what I mean, Laura? I go through this every time I talk to someone new. Honest to God. Be murder after. Be murder. Where's he gone? Where's Alex gone? He's kidding us.
He gave you 2 thumbs up.
Oh, did he? Where?
Meaning his middle fingers. Just kidding, Mags.
Oh, I'm looking for them. I hate you, Lainey. I was just looking for the thumbs up.
Ah, you're so cute.
Shut up.
You shut up.
You shut up. Alex, hurry up. Where are you?
Alex, what do you
think? He's gone. I bet he's not even in Ireland, right? And he's not next door because it's an Irish neighbour and he's asking him to come and say hello to us on panel. Isn't that what you're doing?
Listen, I'm gonna shit 3 bricks if it's a guy, if it's a chick, because I don't picture Alex as a
right. Alex, okay, what you do, I've just put the link in the chat. I want you to click it. It will ask you, do you want your camera on or off? Turn it off if you don't want to be on camera. And then you'll pop up in here. Just follow the instructions. You'll pop up in here and I'll click to add you to the stage.
Radio.
Okay? Get going.
Move out.
So I'll talk you through it again. Okay, Alex? So what you do is you click on the link. And when you click on the link, you'll get some instructions that comes up. Just follow them to the T. And I will add you to the stage as soon as I hear the little beep. Do hurry up, Alex. I can't wait to hear you. I so want to hear your accent. I'm so excited. You're making me wait, I know. But were you born to make people laugh? Because I already laughing my socks off. I don't know, Laura. Laura, I think they just laugh at me because of the way I talk and the way I've got certain words for things and stuff like that. And I laugh at Lainey because of some. I mean, she says fanny for an arse. A fanny is the front private part to us.
No, it's not. That's the hoo-ha.
It's your hoo-ha. American hoo-ha. We've got it. Well, I call mine a flower.
Oh my God, that is so disgusting. I mean, that is on level.
Oh, shut up. But what's so disgusting about a hoo-ha?
No, you calling the hoo-ha a flower is like it's on the level of creepiness.
Oh my God. So you know when you say hoo-ha, we say, oh, there's murder going on up the road. 2 people are fighting, there's hoo-ha going off. That's what we'd say. A hoo-ha?
Well, my mom called it a woobadang. So there was just no way I was passing that on to my children.
Well, I want you to promise me next time you're with your girls, just drop it in there. Say nothing. Just say, oh, me flower, whatever. And let them look at you dead like out the sides of your eye. And you say, hang on a minute. I'm Scouse nearly now. It's getting called a flower. I think it's very, very nice being called a flower, your lady garden, instead of a fucking hoo-ha. Pink Peony said, is Judi Dench very popular in the UK? Love her acting. Yeah, we all know Judi Dench. We like her. Yeah. I love watching it as well. She loves us, guys, Laura. Loves it. You're welcome in here anytime, Laura.
Anytime you want to. Any old time. We
And
love.
see the way I just shortened the name, Law.
Yeah, and I get Lee. It's okay.
Yeah, Leonie's Lee.
You're just
Know what I
special.
mean? Pink Peony's Pink.
Yeah.
Pink. Have you heard about this case anyway? Have you heard about the case we're going to talk about tonight, Laura? Let me know. So if you haven't, I can give you a little update on what we're going to be talking about and what we're going to be watching.
Let's get the update. Anyways, I think Alex is lost in YouTube land, which happens to a lot of people till they figure it out. But let's get this going because, yeah, I got 2 hours. You're on the clock.
Okay, so I'm on a timer here, girls. I'm going to have to go. The boss is in the house, so let's go. Okay, so Elizabeth Siders had 16 children. She started having children from the age of 15. She's 33 now. The kids were rescued from a 12-foot by 12-foot room in Ohio. They were living in squalor. It was absolutely appalling. The conditions. 2 of them had to be airlifted to a hotel, a hospital, where they were in intensive care, almost at death's door. If they hadn't got there within 24 hours, they'd have been dead. So this is how bad these kids were from the ages of 1 to 18 in a small room like that for all of their lives. Can you even imagine it? Isn't it awful? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So there's been rumours that she's pregnant. They've just been arrested and there's rumours that she's pregnant. So let's watch this. Let me pull this up. Share screen. Okay. So watch your volume because I can't control that. And let's go.
Welcome to the MK True Crime Show. I'm Dave Ehrenberg, former state attorney for Palm Beach County, aka the Florida Lawman, and current managing partner of Dave Ehrenberg Law. I'm joined today by my guest co-host, Lauren Conlon, LA Magazine contributor, independent journalist extraordinaire. Hello, Lauren.
Thank you so much for that introduction. I love being here with you. It's so fun.
You know, Lauren, you've been a great guest in the past, and now you're my guest co-host, and we're going to dive right into the latest on Tyler Robinson's preliminary hearing that's happening this week in Utah.
Yeah.
The evidence that has been presented so far is truly enlightening, despite what some folks on the internet would say.
The wrong one. Hold on a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm fuming. Don't know how that's happened.
Oh, because
so let me go.
One before it, and so you didn't rewind it, so it just went to the next one.
Oh, joking.
No, so go back to that on your screen and click the back button, and it'll take you back.
The mom.
Oh, you're very clever.
Pregnant again?
You see it?
Yes, we've uncovered that she is indeed. I've been told she is pregnant again. I started hearing some things about that. They were initially, if you recall, I've been told she is pregnant again. I started hearing some things about that. They were initially, if you recall, charged with 17 counts of child endangering, but there were only 16 children in the home. And I'm trying to verify as to whether or not those counts, that 17th count of child endangering related to this unborn child, because all of a sudden it was paired back to 16 counts of child endangering. But I started...
Lenny, you shouting? Oh, what's going on now?
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about that for a minute, and I actually...
Mom, is she
Hang on, let me
pregnant?
stop it, because this, I just can't hear. I could hear something, but I can't hear you clear, so I didn't know if it was you. Go on, Lee.
So I wanted to talk about that for a second, because I did watch this clip, and I had forgotten that when they were all first arrested and the charges that came out, or that they said that they were going to charge them with, if you remember, it was 17 kids.
Yeah.
And it changed to 16, and none of us talked about it I just thought that they had gotten, there were so many kids. You know, I got a lot of kids. I forget how many I got, you know.
Well,
So,
they said there was another one that wasn't accounted for. They didn't have a birth certificate. They couldn't
right.
find. So there was, I think they must be looking, going back to these other places that they've lived like.
So do you think when they were saying 17 kids that they actually knew about or they knew
Yeah,
had not maybe twins, but a baby that died in the
yeah,
hospital?
yeah, because there was, why would they say 17 when it give the list of all their ages and they've got all the birth certificates and they said one was unaccounted for? Why would they say that?
Yeah. And that was the twins. So that's what you think about it?
Yeah, that's what I think. Now, did you say that was the twins?
Yeah, because at first no, it's
No,
twins.
I think it was another one because they didn't say that. They would have said it wasn't the twins. Because they must have death certificates for the twins because you get death certificates.
That's true, but would you, I mean, I don't know.
Why would they say one is unaccounted for? Because she should have certificates for them.
So you think that the 17th one that they're talking about is the one that she's carrying?
No, I think if they're talking about a baby that hasn't made it. One baby.
The
I don't know.
Is Anjanette Levy, and I absolutely adore her. I think she, I think she, I don't know who the dude is, but I think she's really reputable. She really does cover and tries to make it factual before she covers it, and I dig that of her.
Yeah.
So this is why I do believe that she was pregnant, because we've heard it for a while, right? That she was pregnant.
Yeah.
But we haven't really put that out other than saying it's possible.
Yeah.
To make sure before we even put it out. So, but
people are saying on the shot of her where Elizabeth Siders was in jail and they were checking it to see if she had anything on her body or anything like that on her hands. And they were saying then that she looked pregnant. I didn't think she did. I think if she's pregnant, it's just very early days. But they're going to take that right away from her. As soon as that baby comes along, they're going to take that baby right off her. And now, say again?
If it turns out that she actually was a perpetrator of this crime in any way, shouldn't they take the baby from her right away?
Well, yeah, they will do. They'll remove her like they have her kids. They'll take it right off her. As soon as that baby's born, after I think it's about 3 days, whatever, because they have the milk, don't they? The best from the milk. I think that's when they do it. But the more I look at her, I don't know about anyone else, I'm thinking she's a victim.
Yeah.
The more I look at her, she looked so scared. She looked like a little girl. And so scared. I mean, I'm hoping I've downloaded that video. I did try. So I'm going to look in a minute when we've heard this.
Okay.
But she looked so, I just felt sorry. I mean, they all had the prison slides on. They must have been in bed when they got woke up and got them put on them. Because they did raid the house very early in the morning. Because we were all wondering why no one knew about this. No neighbours or anything seen it. So I'd say it was about 5 o'clock in the morning this happens.
Well, I think that's smart because if they had tipped off anything, the media would have been there to see the kids.
Yeah. Well, they took them all away. They took them all away in cars that they had around the back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know where the helicopter landed.
Yeah.
Couldn't find anything about that. I did try, but there was nothing.
Well, if they were close enough to any hospital, and we can bring that up and see where the hospital is, which I'm sure
Columbus, Columbus, the hospital is closest to them.
That's the biggest one because they have to have some kind of like little community clinic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where she was going throughout the pregnancies. I believe she's been in there a few times, but she'd been that's where she had the babies in the big one.
Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me that the helicopter was waiting at that little clinic and to be life lighted out.
Maybe.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So we'll just play this again because I've got it bigger on the screen now as well. So let's go.
Yes. We've uncovered that she is indeed I've been told she is pregnant again. I started hearing some things about that. They were initially, if you recall, charged with 17 counts of child endangering, but there were only 16 children in the home. And I'm trying to verify as to whether or not those counts, that 17th count of child endangering related to this unborn child, because all of a sudden it was pared back to 16 counts of child endangering. But I started asking around, poking around. People were asking me, look at her in the jail jumpsuit, her stomach's out. I've been told that, yes, indeed, Elizabeth is currently pregnant.
I do think that picture that you see, it's like a sort of mug shot, maybe it's her behind bars. That does show some real like sadness, like there's something going on there. I don't want to diminish her criminal culpability here, but it does look like this is someone who got married at 15, was dragged into this family, and then all she's done for the last 18 years is have one child after the next, and she's living amongst all these other Sider family members who are all arrested as well. And that is just a very compelling image of her behind bars, because I do think that in that case, the picture tells 1,000 words. The mom, is she currently pregnant again?
Yes, we've uncovered that she is indeed.
So that's that. Right, let me get back to the chats. They're yapping. She looks defeated, doesn't she? Now, I was like, but so if she was in the know about this and she just didn't care, or she did care and then it got all out of control and she just left it. I mean, what do you say about that then, Lee?
I'm sorry, I was trying to read chat. What?
I'm saying, if it turns out that she's not a victim, that she was fully aware of what was going on, she was part of it, she didn't give a shit, which I don't think's the case, then what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, can anyone remember what question I asked Leonie? Isn't it awful? Aren't we very professional? Oh, guys, I try to be professional. Laura, that was the prison picture, yeah. I know that it was bad because mine was, but but look how red she can't stop crying for the kids. She's wanting the kids. So wait, you hear the next one anyway. Gonna play. So I'm thinking the saying now, the 17 counts is you're right, is the baby she's carrying.
I think it's either the baby she's carrying, because how would they have known she was pregnant when they got, I mean, she's obviously not that pregnant, but so how would
she was the only one didn't have cuffs on. They all had cuffs on and the shackles, she didn't.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that about it. But
no, I'm gonna go in here. Go on, carry on.
But I think the problem you and I both have with this, and this is why it's good to have like Lizzo with us, because I think Lizzo's much tougher and she can see through things that, no offense, but me and you like to see. Like, we just look at him, we're like, oh no, she's so sweet. She looks, she's a mama, and Lizzo's going, hell, she, you know what I mean? So I think,
no, she's a dumbass.
A dumbass. Actually can look at stuff and see it like look at it for what it is, instead of playing the mommy card like what we, so for me right now, one of my weaknesses is I look at that, and she doesn't even look 33, especially to have kids. Oh my God, I only had 5 and I look like straight up trash.
I had 1 and I looked dead. I look terrible. Look like I've been dug up.
Good is beyond me, but whatever. I just look at her, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, let's watch this. It's only on for a minute, so let's watch this. This is when they got booked in the jail. There's no sound. This is, so they all had cuffs on. She was the only one didn't.
Wait, doesn't
The
she have
picture,
cuffs on when she was walking in there just then?
no, no. Have a look in a minute.
I'd have let that fucker die.
Look.
So see, they did all come in regular clothing, and then they were put into the orange.
Yeah, the suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Siders family of Ohio, Gary Siders Sr., Christine Siders, Gary Siders Jr., and Elizabeth, 4 adults are charged with 16 counts of 16 felony counts of second-degree child endangering. The father faces 4 additional counts of public indecency. This follows the rescue of 16 children. Now, this public indecency was apparently he was going outside the house on the porch and he was urinating because you had to see the toilet.
Yeah.
What was the toilet like, Lee?
Oh, the whole house was just completely, I mean, I've never, no. And the toilet was completely black. It was,
And everyone in there, 20 people were in there and just bending down and shitting when they needed to shit, basically.
right, because they said the toilet was broken. But here's my question. I mean, I'm no plumber, but if the toilet is broken, the only way to find that out is to flush it. So how is there still, oh, well, I didn't even think about this part because I after we showed those pictures of the house last week, I thought, how the hell was there liquid in that toilet? Because if it's broken, the liquid's not going to come back through, especially if the tank on the back is empty. But if they all just started pissing in there and shitting or whatever else, then it's going to be black. And so you're right.
Yeah.
The what we have found out so far, because when it first came out with public indecency, I was thinking maybe he was going to a park and flashing somebody or something.
That's
But
what I thought. He was going and flashing everyone in the village. Well, read that one. Laura's just told me to shut up. Read it.
I'm kind of getting Laura vibes, as in it's
Just said, hold on, stop talking, Maggie. What did you just say, Leanie?
I'm
Oh,
getting
Leanie, you'll
Laura
forget now.
as a troll. That's what I'm getting. Somebody who knows.
Oh, I don't care. They can troll me all they like. I'm not interested. I find it funny, so she can stay. I'm not blocking her.
Oh, I don't care. I wouldn't block her. I don't care either.
You're all right, Laura. Don't worry about it. I've shut up anyway. I can't remember what she said. And she got, can you remember? What did you say? What she was on about? Because I've only just seen the chat.
The other thing is that we remember how, we went on Google Maps and we showed the house. Literally all around the backyard is got huge trees, correct?
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
back. They say that he was stepping out the back and peeing off the back. So
yeah, off the porch. Yeah. Oh God.
I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe that was used as a ruse to get up to the house. And then as soon as the doors open, they say, we're coming in. Because
don't forget, Lee, he was reported for doing that. For going out and urinating outside. He was reported, so it must have been the front of the house. Because there was nothing looking onto the back. There was a neighbour house across the way from the front. So he must have been going on the front.
Yeah, but how did they know so
they got a tip, I know. Someone must have seen them in the house.
Said 17 children are in that house as well, and we don't see them. So, and we also know that they said that when they first went into the house, that that same 12 by 12 room that the kids were in, and maybe the mother was in too, we don't know, that there was feces everywhere. So obviously it wasn't the kids that were going outside to pee and poop off the back porch. It was daddy doing it, and possibly not even grandpa, or else they would have had, an arrest warrant for him as well. So
That's what I mean. It's just, I don't know. Maybe that was his toilet. Like Pink says, you're probably using the backyard as a bathroom. That was probably his bathroom.
Hi, Big John. Good to see you.
Hiya, John. Good to see you, love. How you doing?
And then, so people will say, well, they had to have a search warrant. That is not true. Remember the Turpin case? We went over the Turpin recently. And that's one thing that when the Turpin parents came to the door, who basically lived like this and out of California, same thing happened to those kids. Police were like, we're coming in to, well, they asked, you mind if we come in and look around, make sure everybody's okay? And they were like, do you have a search warrant? That cop said, I don't need one. And he opened up the door and walked in, because if they think there's any bodily harm or somebody's being harmed in the house, police do not need a search warrant to go in.
Yeah.
So
that was the initial, they went, but they'd had a tip, hadn't they? Something about the kids. I'm dying to know how they found that house. Apparently they spoke to a pastor, and the pastor says when they came to church, they were always clean and well presented.
Yeah.
So I don't know when that was. Hi, Kloops. Thanks for coming in. Please hit the like, guys, and sub up if you would. So she says, Kloop says the stench was probably able to be smelled for miles away. Can you imagine it, with the weather being hot and everything? My old neighbour only had 2 people living there, and the horrible smell from their home could be smelled across the street. I get it, because we've had that before.
I didn't even think about that. I did not even think about that. And I mean, with 20 bodies, I mean, that's a lot to have to smell. You're correct.
Wow. So John's going travelling around Europe. How are you doing that, John? My husband's going. He goes on his motorbike around Europe every year. You're not doing the same thing, are you, John? Or wouldn't that be funny? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just left. What do you mean, Laura? Child endangerment concerns. Yeah, Pink. I'm just having a swig of coffee.
Yeah.
Lee, I put the chat up there. Hiya, MJD. Good to see you. I don't think they could have poured water in to flush the toilet.
Yeah, you can.
Oh my God.
Well,
yeah, I know, but could you have done with that one? Imagine the smell, pouring water. No, I couldn't.
Well, they're living in the smell, so they probably can't even smell it. You know what I mean? But so there was some point that it was questioned if there was any electricity and or lights. And it, we haven't heard anything from law enforcement about that. So, I mean, I don't know. Did anybody hear the Maggie? I don't know if you saw it either. The lady who works at the dollar store there in town has actually seen some of the children.
That's what she said. She could see them through the house or something.
No,
no, not it. Sorry. Yeah, she's seen them in the store.
Yeah, they came into the store. And she said that the community did actually try to help. They didn't know there was that many kids. But she said they live in a small community. And she said, to tell you the truth, most people are poor around here. And she said that people just give like their kids' old clothes away. They just kind of pass them on. And she said,
maybe it's a familiar look. It's not unusual to see kids looking like that.
Right, because they are poor. But she said that eventually, she said, we quit. I forget how she put it, but she said that the community quit helping. And I forget who was it Brian Enton that was talking to her, somebody. And they said, why would you quit?
Yeah, it was Brian Enton, yeah.
She said, because every time they came in here, we could see that they were still in the same clothes. So what was happening to the clothes that we were donating? They never, ever had them on. So at some point you got to give them to somebody else in need. So, but that does, you wonder, and that question wasn't asked, and that would have been a great question to ask. If this is such a poor community, then are you used to seeing kids' hair that's disheveled,
masses and everything, taking
a shower in a while and things like that? Is that what made you guys maybe just turn away from it?
Yeah.
Because
yeah. I mean, let's be honest, we've all witnessed something like that.
Yeah.
And, it sometimes you just think they're poor. They haven't got anything. But, the first thing we always think, though, is, they're well-loved, you can tell that. But with this situation, I mean, it was said, I don't know who said it, but she always stayed back. He was like, like she looked a bit awkward behind him. But I don't know.
I wonder if it has been said at all about was there any kind of mental illness? I mean, now they got a gag order on it, so we're not going to hear anything.
Saying they were a bit uneducated, like how can you put it?
No, I mean like with
He'd lived in that situation for that long. Basically, that was the norm to them. But they'd moved from home to home. The kids had bikes and outside toys. So at one point, they'd been playing outside like normal children. So they've led normal lives. They couldn't have been. I mean, Paul, you see very little evidence of like bicycles and stuff like that. I don't know.
Wow.
What do you think, Lee? That they haven't always been like this, because that's what the family said.
Yeah,
like they don't remember them like they remembered them like that, because they would have helped.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry. I know that the brother-in-law has come out and talked on this, and he came out and said, "Don't blame us," blah blah blah, because of course the world's giving him hell. Like, where were you when these kids? You're a brother.
Yeah.
Her sister lives right there with you.
Did you hear a brother? He was really emotional. He was upset. I felt so sorry for him. I was crying. And he went, we were abused as children. Me and my sister were always together. He said, and people have come up with, some crude things. He said it was never like that. We were close as brother and sister. He said, basically, she had a shit life. And then she went and married him at the age of 15. But he didn't see any evidence of anything like that. But then I think it's because they've moved, Leanie, that they've got out the way, so then they lose contact with your family. You don't see them as much if you're going far away. So that's probably where they've all lost contact.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to see the kids. They weren't aware of the situation, because they're all saying, had they have known, they would have stepped in and helped. They would never have let it get to that stage. I mean, do you think this is a case of 16 kids is 16 kids? My God, bad enough with one. Do you think at some point she must have been changing nappy after nappy after nappy, breastfeeding totally all the time? And it's just all got too much for her. She's like lost the plot.
Well, first,
and just held her hands up, can't do anything about it. It's gone too far.
First, I think it's safe to say that just from living some of this myself, when you marry that young, I don't know how much older her, but when I first got married, my husband was 6 years older than me, and you become what they want you to be.
Yeah.
They finish raising you, and you either become what they want you to be, or you pay the consequences, and you're still going to become what they want you to be. So, and then if you think about the Turpin kids, when, as they have all gotten older and given interviews to people, they asked them, how long has this been going on? And the older one said, it wasn't always like this. When we were young, we just felt we were a normal family. And then as each child came, we just think it got harder and harder and harder, and just gave up on us. So, hi, Brittany. Good to see you.
Hi, Brissy.
So Big John says, I think they all should be in jail for life, harming children. Yes. Alex says Social Security dropped the ball on this. There had to be fine.
The thing is it's coming out. Even the lawyer, Elizabeth, the girl who's had all these babies, has said he was going in expecting pure evil. He went in there, he said there was this timid girl sitting there. She looked so vulnerable, so sad. And the first thing she asked him is when she could see her children. he said normally they ask me when they're getting out. He
Yeah.
said she just cried and cried all the time. She wanted to see her kids. So I'm thinking then, well, is this a situation where she's being put in this room with these kids as well?
Mm.
And she's just brought out to make babies because she's a baby machine, basically. So, I mean, will we get to know this situation? Is it the way we're thinking? Because it never normally is, but
Never
I'm
normally.
thinking, is she a victim or
I think it's definitely going to come out about whether she is a victim in all this as well.
I hope so, because I really think she looks so vulnerable. That could be Leonie because she's terrified. She knows she's in the shit.
Yeah.
But I'm taking it as she's missing a kid. She doesn't know what's going on. She's like, she knows what's going on, but she's scared because, you know, I don't know. It's out of
Well,
her comfort zone, isn't it? She's, you
yeah,
know, she hasn't seen her babies
and she's not used to having to think for herself. She's
yeah, we don't know, John. We haven't got a clue. This is what we're thinking. Is she a victim in all this? Because all she's doing is crying for her babies. Now, I've got something to bring up here if you're ready, Lee.
Let me read what it says real
Yeah,
quick.
go on, love. I'll put
Brittany
it on the screen for you.
She may have withdrawn from her family because she didn't want them to know how bad she was living.
Yeah.
Brittany, I didn't even think about that, but I'm going to tell you what, when I got my divorce, stayed with that man for 18 years. First, I had to understand in my late 20s that I was even allowed to get a divorce. I didn't know. That's how bad it was, right?
Yeah.
So when a doctor gets a hold of me and he's like, "Why aren't you divorced?" And I was like, "I can get a divorce." And it was a whole thing. It really was. And when I got the courage to do it, right? My mom and my sister, who were the closest to me all those years, they didn't even know. So you're right about that, Brittany. They were mad at me. My mom, I finally sat my mom down about 2 or 3 months later and told her what was going on because nobody knew. And then, my sister, who, I mean, we were like joined at the hip for a whole year. She was totally pissed off at me for divorcing a good man. Yeah. And so I didn't even think about that because you do. A lot of people do. They're so ashamed of it. And I wanted that white picket fence so bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as long as I stayed under the thumb, you know what I mean? And I walked the line and I made his children walk the line, then we looked like Little House on the Prairie to everybody else. I had well behaved children. He had an excellent, quiet wife. You know, he was the man of the house. He was a decorated war veteran. It just, so, you know, of course, only my close friends and my family knows not everything that happened, but some things that happened enough to warrant a divorce. And but even that whole town, you know, they don't look like this dumbass person who divorced some guy that was a great guy. You know what I mean? Because he's a decorated war veteran. How could I do that? You know?
Yeah.
So,
Tell them what you did, Lee, when you go out, when you go away for a while, what you and the kids would be like. Listen to this.
we walked that line. I'm not kidding you. I mean, I had dinner on the table every night, even though I worked too. I worked 5 hours during the day while my kids were at school because I had to pay for them to go to a private school because of another situation, but it didn't have nothing to do with him. So I had dinner on the table every day. I'm not lying to you. If I'm lying, I'm Brian, and I'm not going to hell for anybody. But I had dinner on the table every day at 5:15. Every day, every clockwork, you can bet. My kids were in bed, done with teeth brushing. No more drinks, no more bathrooms. Already read a book. Lights out. 8 o'clock. Everybody was up at 6 o'clock in the morning, no matter what. No matter what. We were up. We were getting ready for the day. We were eating breakfast. Oh, the stuff I could tell people. But anyways, so whenever because he was military, right? So he would leave, go on missions or go overseas or, go to schools for different things or go to the field. Me and my kids would crawl up in my bed. Like we would eat like in the living room. And I still believe in the family kitchen table. I really, really do. I think it needs to be brought back. I think it would. I grew up, we didn't eat in the living room. We didn't do stuff like that. The kitchen table was really always important to me. And so I still believe, I think it's a lost thing in our country. And I think that's where a lot of families go wrong. And so and maybe it's because I'm from the South, but I'm telling you, when he went away, me and my kids would sit in the living room floor in front of the TV eating pizza. We would stay, I didn't make it unless it was school night. Then, of course, I let them step to about 9 or whatever. And then, but they slept with me every night. I had a king size bed. My kids crawl in there. I mean, it was a slumber party. And then when they got, a little older and we all couldn't sleep there, they would drag their twin mattresses into my room. We would shut and lock the door, my bedroom door, like the world just can't see us. We're in here, just us. It was just us. And it was the funnest times. I mean, we totally look forward to it. I love when I look back on all those years and I think about those times where it was just me and my kids locked, that we purposely locked ourselves in so nobody could to us. Oh,
now,
yeah.
John has put a comment there, Lee, which you'd be good to answer because she's answered this before. Like we've all said, at any time she could have got out and let someone know.
No.
But Leonie will tell you about fear.
No. Listen, there are things that the police, we all know, cannot save you from, right? You can't even go and get a restraining order against somebody if it's a domestic. And then even a restraining order doesn't stop people from killing you. And we don't know what has been put in her head. I know what was put in my head, that it took me years, even after I left, not to be looking around me for someone to kill me, because it was that he was going to kill me. You know what I mean? So you can't. And then if you start to think, I could take my kids, like now he's gone for like a week. I can get out of here, but he knows every member of my family. Where do I have to go? Where can I hide out, me and 3 kids? You know what I mean? Never be caught.
Yourself with 3 babies.
And then, they have to be in school. There's a record that follows them. And then how am I supposed to get money? What am I supposed to do? There is nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. Had my family known what was happening, though, the reason why you don't tell your family is because your family's already been threatened, right? So your family too. And so, but even
just the fear factor, it's the fear factor, isn't it? Once it's put into your head, that's it.
Yeah, the fear is unreal. I mean, you really, really do believe what they say. You just believe they are God and they can make anything happen. And we watched it over and over and over, where people that are, have been abusers say, you ever leave me, I'm going to kill you. And that's exactly what the police knew, that they made those threats. But what can they do about it? A threat is a threat.
Yeah.
Until they act on it some way, there's nothing they can do to help you.
Yeah. MJG said it's too bad she didn't learn about birth control. Again, if she's under his control, she won't have any say in that. Do you know what I mean? Which looks the way with her having a baby every single year. But as he says, with her only having an 8th grade education, she may not have known what she could actually do. Well, I think it was, who was it that said that she was like very low IQ and things like that? But I think sometimes it's common sense with things, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, I go from one thinking to another over this case all the time.
But
so go on, Lee.
let me say this really quick, just and then I'll
I'm
shut up.
panicking with time. No, I'm panicking because of you. I'm fine.
Okay. So let me say this one thing that I think I almost forgot it. Let me remember what I was going to say. Shit on a biscuit, you guys. Shit on a biscuit. Damn it.
It was about, we were talking about the fear factor and, you know, you had nowhere to go and.
Yeah. So what you have to imagine is she got married young, right? And her brother said that they came from a really bad home life. All right. I didn't come from a home life that was, I mean, if I told you guys some story, you guys would have just been like, why'd your mom stay? You know? And why'd your mom, you know, it would, but it wasn't nearly as bad as what my marriage is. So when this was going on in my marriage, right? And some of the things that were going on, I thought was normal because I grew up in a house that my dad was also a military man. So my husband acting like we were soldiers was no different than my dad treating us like soldiers when we were kids, right? So that was normal. My dad being in a bad mood, that was normal. You know what I mean? So there's so much, if you come from that type of home, you marry young and you don't have any place to grow in between, you go from daddy's table to your husband's table and they're basically the same men, then you just start to look around and go, oh, this is just normal. That's why there were times I would think about it, like I would look at people holding hands or whatever, and we did that too out in public, mind you. So I would just think I would think this must be happening to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe she just honestly, I mean, I didn't know until it was a doctor that was like, you absolutely can get a divorce. Anybody can get a divorce. And then I had to start explaining to him, well, even if I could, I don't have money, you know, and I don't have this and I don't have that. And it just, but he gave me part of the courage I need to start. Now, did my husband, I was entitled to at least half of his, and I knew this. I was entitled to Al. He was 20. I was 14 when we got married, and I was entitled to alimony from him. Y'all, I didn't have money for a lawyer, and he knew it. And so I just had to go along with everything his lawyer said. So I signed away every right I had after 18 years of being with him. 18 years. Plus, my family hated me because so I had nowhere but a friend's house to go that didn't even quite understand but didn't question me. And I left after 18 years with 2 big black trash bags on the back of my, everything else stayed in that house. And I just walked away. But I don't care, you guys, at that point I remember thinking and looking across the table at him that if this man was the president of the United States, had every bit of money in the world, owned Fort Knox, I would still walk away with 2 bags of my own clothing that belonged to me and my shoes and leave him to it. I would. And I look now, after many years has gone by since then, I look now and is he, you know, is my ex-husband well off? Yes, very, very well off. But you know what? He lives in a different country, still working for the government, very well off. But he married my best friend right after we got divorced. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. And they got divorced like 6 or 7 years later. I don't know. But where are the kids? The kids live around me. Where are my grandkids? 10. I have 10. They're all around me. They see him maybe twice a year, usually just once, and some years they don't. So when I look at it all, I'm just like, I'm so rich. You know what I mean? Because I would have rather struggled like I did And as adults, my kids are my friends. And I've got all these grandchildren that just think I hung the moon. You know what I mean? And be in their lives all the time. And they're calling me. And you know what I mean? Like they really like me, you know?
Yeah.
Than to have all the money in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You've got your family, you've got everything, haven't you? You know, you've got your kids, they all adore you, your grandkids.
Yep. And
That would be anyone's first choice to have that, Lee. And you've got it all. Do you know what I mean? He's the one walked away, and he's the one that's lonely.
yep.
You know, he brought that on himself. But you know that's done and dusted. So John's put a question up there, and I think he's referring to you. How are the children doing? Do you know anyone? I think John. Do you think this is happening now to Leanie? I don't know. I don't understand the question.
About their children, the 16 children.
Oh, is he talking about the SIDERS? We don't know. So apparently, it was said that two of the eldest are in foster house, and it
So,
was the two elders that told the foster mum that their mum was pregnant. She was having a baby girl.
so yeah, what'll happen is, and we learned this through the Turpin case as well. Sadly, they're all going to be broke up, right? That's the saddest
Oh,
thing. They're not going to be
Ex-
able to all 16 children together. But what
oh,
happens after you turn a certain age, and you get turned over to what's called adult services. So we've got children's services and we've got adult services, right? And because the 18-year-old, maybe the 17-year-old in the state of Ohio, I don't know what their age is, they get turned over to adult services. So adult services will actually put them in with a foster family as well. Okay. And then the children end up staying in children's services, and then they get put into all these different foster areas as well. Now, I have heard, I don't remember by who. You guys have got a lot going on right now, and I'm not even in Indiana again. I'm here in Ohio for a week, so I'm trying to keep up, but I got stuff going on. But anyways, the last I heard about the kids was that they were all safely in their respective homes.
yeah.
So they have been put out to foster families. And y'all, listen, if you believe in any kind of God, pray for those kids, because we know what
Oh,
foster, not all of them, but some foster families do to these poor kids. And just pray.
yeah.
They don't deserve anything but love. So hopefully our whole nation system has learned from the Turpin case, because the Turpin children, a lot of them went through even more abuse through the foster system, including sexual, mental, physical, all that. They
Oh
were
God.
again by the hands of strangers too. So, but that case, I don't know that there was maybe anybody in the U.S. that hadn't heard of it. So, hopefully, we've all learned enough that that there'll be more checking on these kids, so the same
So
thing.
so them people that have done that to them, like the likes of the Turpin kids,
Mhm.
they've actually put down to foster children for that reason, haven't they? To do that, to get foster kids in and do that. Like the two here that have killed a little baby. They only had him 3 months. Two men lived together, and they essayed him, and he killed him. And there was a choice between him and another baby, and obviously they chose him because of what they wanted to do to them. And so those people have obviously agreed to do that, because for that reason it gives them that chance to do that. It makes me sick
Yeah,
knowing what they're going to do, Lee.
there is always a reason for fostering, whether it be good or bad intentions. A lot of it is money, and things like that. I just think that we need to be, as a nation, uh, somehow we've got to fix the system where we are We, like right now, if you're a foster family, you're given a time around like a 3-hour time frame that the caseworker is going to come and check out your house. And that should never be. They should never know. The only thing they should know is,
No,
look,
you shouldn't.
we're going to be popping in on you, and it could be in the middle of the night. We're going to see how those kids are doing. So if you can agree to that, then let's finish vetting you and become a foster parent. And so they should never get any kind of notice. And I say that all the time about, like, if you have to put a parent or someone you love into a home, don't ever let them people know, and don't ever go the same time, the same day, every time.
Oh, definitely not. Turn up as and when. Just turn up.
Just turn up.
So it's the best thing, yeah.
So, yeah, our foster care system, I don't know how it is in other countries, but our foster care...
She's here as well. Well, I've heard a few bad things lately.
I know how they feel divided with my siblings being in foster care. Oh, John.
Oh.
So sorry to hear that. I can't imagine. That's got to be even more traumatizing, because I know some of the kids want to stay with their parents, and some, like, we're out, like, get us out of here, get us away from this. You know what I mean? But like I said, if it's the only thing you know, then it's not wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
It's terrible.
So go ahead.
Sorry, you know, for them kids, it's the only thing they know is each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they're traumatized as it is. So imagine that trauma. Must be so frightening and so scary for them. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Elizabeth, this is what, so the girl that has all these babies, the mother, it's being said that all she's doing is crying for the children. She's asking when she can go and see them. So I'm just going to play this. I'll pull this up and we'll play it.
Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So this is the MK True Crime Show, the same one as we were on before.
Well, welcome everyone to the MK True Crime Show. I'm Ashley Merchant. I'm a criminal defense attorney from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm joined today by my good friend and co-host, Phil Holloway. He's a fellow criminal defense lawyer, a former prosecutor, and also a former police officer. Hey, Phil, how are you?
Actually, I'm great. I'm coming to you today from my secret hidden beach bunker on vacation, but glad to be here with you.
It's good to see you. Well, let's talk about what we've got on the docket. So first, we're going to cover some updates in the SIDERS family case out of Ohio. The mother is charged with child endangerment for confining her 16 children to one filthy room for years. And she is seeking reunification with her kids. We will discuss. And also, a Mississippi teenager disappeared and was later found dead after a 4th of July party. We'll give you the details on the Nolan Wells case and why his parents think his death may have been more than just a terrible accident.
Yeah, and then later on in the program, we're going to be joined by attorney and co-host of the Defense Diaries podcast, Allison Mata. She will be joining us to discuss the trial of Lindsay Clancy. She's the Massachusetts mom who is accused of murdering her 3 young children back in 2023. And she's mounting a very interesting defense based on postpartum depression and other mental illness.
So before that, though, let's talk about the SIDERS family case, Phil. So this case, just to catch our audience up, is very interested. And as a reminder, we've got 4 adults that were arrested in rural Ohio after the police discovered that they were holding 16 children in a single 12 by 12 room for several years. The children have been described as nearly feral, having had no access to medical care or education for many, many years. And it's raised the question of how so many kids could be abused and neglected without government agencies ever intervening or even really knowing what's going on. Now, we know that the two older Siders, who's Gary Sider and Christina, they're the children's paternal grandparents. So they were receiving state benefits while the children were left, their grandchildren essentially, were left to rot in a 12 by 12 room. And it sounds like they were all living together in this home in some extreme levels of poverty. And what I thought was interesting, Phil, is that the reason that the police came out and found these poor children is because their dad, so Gary Jr., apparently exposed himself to someone.
Yeah, so they were investigating that alleged crime, and they had a search warrant. And, I guess they had no idea what they were walking in on. This is just not the kind of thing that law enforcement expects to see every day. And thank God that they don't see it every day. But this does actually make me wonder if these children could basically be overlooked by the world, right? How many other children could there be who are in this kind of need? And it all goes back to parents, right? The parents literally had these kids off the radar. They were investigated for truancy at a previous address, but then they moved before they could be served with the truancy papers to get into court. And they were just said, look, they were just weren't found. And so the next thing you know, here we have this situation, and you've got all these adults, and one of them is actually out on a signature bond, I guess, because he has health problems. This is the elder Gary Siders at 71 years old. But this whole thing is absolutely crazy. In fact, our friend Anjanette Levy has been covering this. We have SOT 1, which is her discussing these previous truancy allegations from Gallia County.
These records show that in October 2021, complaints had been filed against Elizabeth and Gary Siders because 6 of their children were considered truant, meaning they were chronically absent from school. The complaint states the child's name, which we have blacked out. Then it states that Gary and Elizabeth have failed to cause said child to attend some school or class as required by law. The child has been absent from school without legitimate excuse for the entire 2021-2022 academic year to present an amount in excess of 72 hours for the school year, and as such is thereby a habitual truant. Parents whose children are determined to be habitually truant and do not get their kids to school can face fines or even child neglect charges. Eventually, the complaints were terminated in January of 2022. A document states the court finds that Elizabeth Siders is unable to be served and the whereabouts of Elizabeth Siders are unknown to the court. Therefore, it is hereby the order of the court that the above matter be terminated until the availability of Elizabeth Siders. The same document was filed for Gary Jr., the named father of the children. The court couldn't find Gary and Elizabeth or the children.
Yeah, Phil, I was looking at this, and I just, like most people, I think when I'm going through all this, I'm thinking, how can this happen? What did the system fail? And you think the system had to have failed. I mean, there are 16 kids living in squalor, but I don't know where. And you've got this county that is an extremely poor county. I mean, this county, we've got reports where they had to actually get special permission. Now that these 16 kids are in foster care, they had to get special permission to get an extra $1 million from the state in order just to provide the necessary services that these kids need. So we've got that indicating that this is a very poor county. And apparently it's super small also because these 16 kids almost doubled the amount of kids that were in foster care in this county. Plus, we've got the dad who you mentioned earlier, grandpa, I'm sorry, who is actually out on a bond. Why is he out on a bond? Well, he's out on a bond because he slipped and fell and harmed himself and has a medical condition, and the county can't afford his medical care. So if, how it works is if you're arrested and you need medical care and you're not out on bond, the government has to pay for it. The county has to pay for it. Well, they let him out because they couldn't afford to pay for his medical care. So, that is another indication that this is an extremely poor county. So if you think about it, there's not a lot of resources out there, and the government doesn't just go out to people's homes and look and check in on their kids. I mean, some of the reports say that, there were birth certificates for these kids. Of course there's birth certificates, but you and I both have kids, and we know you walk out the door with them. There's no follow-up.
Right. Well, look, so the system failed here. And as Anjanette was talking about there, see, these truancy cases were closed back in January of 2022, basically with a court order saying, we can't find these parents to serve them. Therefore, we're just going to close the case. What we don't know is why somebody, perhaps at the sheriff's office with the district attorney, why somebody in a position of authority didn't see this red flag and say, hey, wait, if we can't find the kids, maybe we should try to find the kids. Maybe we should try to put them out on some kind of a be on the lookout list, right? We need to put out some flyers. We need to make a little extra effort to see just what in the world happened to these kids, because they were here and they weren't in school, and now they are no longer here, and they left behind this very filthy house. These kids could be in danger, and maybe, just maybe, we should go and look for them. So I think there was definitely some failures by those in charge. In fact, I was looking at that SOT with Aunt Jeanette, and I saw the judge's signature, and I'm thinking, if I'm the judge and I'm signing this document, I'm probably going to ask somebody to go and lift a finger to find these kids.
Right, exactly. Well, and that's, there's different systems that we have in place to try to be these checks and balances. We don't want to send government workers out to every home in America to make sure your kids are okay. That's intrusive. So we're trying to balance it. And one of the ways that we do that, like you talked about, Phil, is with these truancy applications, because every kid has to go to school. So if you don't, and I know this from personal experience during COVID, when the schools closed here, we actually as a family made a decision to do an alternative type school where we had to declare homeschool. So I learned about it, and you can't just withdraw your kids from school and just not, be anywhere. I had to actually file a certification declaring that my kids were in homeschool and, following up with the government so that they would know what was happening. And, this is the opportunity to catch these children in this type of situation is with these truancy applications. And the fact that the parents just moved, probably what happened, and it's unfortunate, it happens every day. The government was like, we have limited resources. They probably moved on to another county, not our problem anymore, and then just, moved on. And you look at these children who've suffered, there's been a lot of reports about the grandfather having some type of public benefits, but it's my understanding that he had more like a senior aid sort of thing, Medicare, Medicaid, something because of their advanced age. And that's not where the government's really going to go check on you. We're not talking about something where it's like a child or family services type aid where the government goes out and actually looks at your house. So, it's shining a light on a big failure. And I hope that this is going to cause the government, when they get these truancy applications, to take it a little bit more seriously. What happened to these poor children. And I hope we get reports in the upcoming days that the children are doing good and have been placed. I know several of them had to go to the hospital and they had some very serious, it's serious medical issues, but I can't even imagine the psychological trauma that these children have suffered.
Well, the new owner of the house that was vacated in Gallia County said that the whole entire house was just urine, human and pet feces. So it was pretty rough, and said that the attic was just crammed full of kids' clothing. But speaking of transparency, we've got something going on in this case, actually, that you don't like and that I don't like, and that's going to make it harder for us to figure out where the system broke down, because the judge has just issued a gag order that restrains the parties and the litigants and anyone involved in the investigation from even talking about it. And I get that you want to protect the integrity of the investigation, but these gag orders. Look, I don't want to get too much up on my soapbox, but these judges are just too quick to sign off on these things. I think we need to have gag orders. Should be the exception rather than the rule, but they're very popular.
Very popular. And I'm with you. I dislike them. I think there's a reason that our Constitution says we should have open and public trials and open and public courtrooms, and at the time that was written into the Constitution, it meant something a little bit different than it means here today, but we're a court system. We need to adapt. We can figure out ways to do it. And there's definitely alternatives. I know there's been some question about sequestering jurors and things like that, but that's not really needed when you're actually properly instructing the jurors and talking to them about not looking at news sources. The public has a right to know. This is our system. We have a right to know. And we've got a case we're going to be talking about in a few minutes where, the whole squabble about it, the Nolan Wells case, is about transparency in the system. So you've got these two, situations where it's like, we don't want anybody to talk about it or know. And then it's like, we're upset because we want more transparency. My whole philosophy is just, sunshine is the best disinfectant. So let everybody know everything, try not to keep things from people, and then you'll figure it out during jury selection, which is kind of ironic because we're going to be talking about that later on in the show with Clancy. So they all kind of go together on, this whole transparency. But the thing that's really, I think, upsetting, and the big thing in the news right now in the Slider case, is that the mom, Elizabeth, so apparently she was a child bride. She was 15 when she got married and started pumping out babies. I mean, 16 babies in 15 years. That is absolutely insane. But I know a lot of them were twins, which, that was.
Can anyone see that bruise? Is that a bruise on her neck? I'll be 100% that's a bruise on her neck. I keep having visions of him throttling her with his thumb, like his hands around her neck, and that's where his thumb's been.
For me, I can't tell if it's a bruise or if it is like, when you get upset and you get hives, or some people like blotch, whatever, or if it's just the way of, like, if it is the camera, like.
Maybe. It just looks like it's bruised to me. What does anyone else? I can't see the chat. Can you?
Yeah, the chat. Pink Peony says, monitoring needed for so-called homeschooled children. They could start there. Yes. You don't close the case if there's children involved. Well, look, I don't like gag orders at all. I don't like them. I think we should protect the children, but the reason why I don't like gag orders is because sometimes if you don't put a gag order out, you get more information from just the average Joe that knew them. You know what I mean? And here's my point. They said that the reason why they put the gag order up is because they want to be able to make sure that they can secure a jury in that small county. Well, here's my deal. There was obviously people that didn't even know about the 16 kids. So don't come at me with, you may not be able to secure a jury. Obviously, people didn't know about them. So there's going to obviously be people that don't know about this case. And if it's a problem, move it to a different city. That's what we do. Whenever we can't secure a jury in that small town, which I don't know how they're going to be able to do it anyway. If it's that small, everybody knows everybody's business. They already know that the town knew that there was a family there because they were giving them clothes, which made me sick when that guy said that the new owners of the old house that they lived in, there were a bunch of children's clothes up in the attic. It's like, they didn't, I don't understand that way of thinking, but they stayed in the same outfits. And that girl who worked at the dollar store in the town that they were arrested in, that right there just confirms what she said was true. They never saw any of the clothing on the children that was being donated to the family. And so they quit giving to them. And the other thing is, where was the money coming? There was obviously money coming in because the lady at the dollar store that would wait on them said that they would always come in for water, like water bottles and different sorts of, just meal kind of, not meal prep, but like meals. And the other question I have is, if you guys have seen the pictures, they're all out there. There's video of the house. And all of that, people going into the house before they finally taped it all off, where people couldn't actually go inside the house at nighttime. Where was everybody spending their time? I mean, where was anybody see a bed anywhere?
There were all mattresses thrown all over the floor.
Obviously, that was the 12 by 12 bedroom.
Yeah, in there with crates for them to sit on. Oh my God.
The other part of the house they were showing us, there was nowhere to put a mattress. So
we're just trashed.
Yeah. Where's the adults sleeping? Where's Grandpa? And let me tell you something else. I don't care how mean anybody thinks I am. I'd have let that fucker die right there in the prison floor when he fell. I'd have been like, "Oh, are you hurt? You hurt? Really? I'll be back, honey. Say your prayers." And I walked away. And I know that's mean, but listen, he's a grown-ass adult. He at least knew it was happening and did nothing.
At some point. Yeah, at some point he was away. But they're saying now, I heard someone today saying, "Oh, look, they had to lift him up out of that wheelchair."
Oh,
Now, listen to me. They stood him up. He stood up. He held himself. He stood up with his hands against the wall. No one had to hold him. And when they told him to sit down, he sat down with ease. Now, anyone who's struggling on their legs, I know, I'm there, they'll fall down into that chair. He
mhm.
sat down like everyone. He bent his knees and he sat down. So
Yeah.
it's that's not the case with him that he can't walk or nothing. He just doesn't walk far because he's sat in that house for how long? He's not getting his muscles. That's all's wrong with him.
You're right. And and where was he going to get any exercise? There's nowhere to walk without walking in.
Nowhere.
Nowhere. So, and I wonder how the hell he got around in a wheelchair. I mean, are you just kicking shit out of the way and keep going?
I
don't.
think they brought that, Leanie. I think he's walking awkward because he can't walk because he's stuck there. He can
Oh,
walk very little.
oh,
But
the
that's
point.
why his needs is
Was
it.
in a wheelchair at home.
I
Maybe.
don't think he is in a wheelchair. That's my opinion. I think they've just used that. It looks like a newish type wheelchair. They've had that in the jail. I don't think that's come from that house.
I didn't even think of that. That's brilliant. Pink Peony says, if they were not changing clothes, then they should have followed up with CPS. And then John says they need to go up the age to up to 18 years old. Well, what they did come out and say way before the gag order was put in place that the 18-year-old was being treated as a child and not as an adult because of her we know it's a girl, but because of her mental state was about the age of a 7-year-old. That's what we heard in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, you can't, so I think that's a good deal. But gag orders they piss me off. They totally piss me off, especially when it comes to adults. I mean, that's bullshit straight up. That gag order crap is bullshit. That's them trying to do some shit behind the scenes and not want any of us to call it out and say that's unlawful. That's why there's gag orders. So I can understand more when children are involved because you absolutely want to, protect them because hopefully some of them will be able to overcome and live some, especially the babies, who haven't lived in this for this long. They're going to grow up hopefully in love and be able to, the last thing we want is them to go on and go on the internet and see anything negative about even themselves. So
I'm just trying to get this picture up of the house now, just in case anyone. I'll stop sharing that other one now because we've heard it's just repeating that now. So I'm going to share. This is the house. Can you see it, Lee?
yes, much bigger looks from the outside. Like from
there's the back there. Do you think he was peeing out there?
They said that's what they said before they put a gag order on it, that he was coming out the back and peeing.
Oh, I thought it was the front on the porch. They said, well, someone reported him. Well, who's seen him nearly? Because that doesn't back onto anything.
That's what I was saying. Like when somebody was saying that he was coming out and using the back porch to pee off of, that whole place is covered with trees. You would actually have to be spying through to see it, or you would see it in the winter when the trees are all dead. Then wouldn't that case have come out soon? So
well, it's got to be the neighbour next door because there's a neighbour not far away, a house. So that can be the only one.
Isn't there a house? There's a couple trailers across the street, though. Remember?
Yeah, but they can't see the back of the house.
No, but what I'm saying is what you heard about, that it was off the front porch. I mean, it could have very well been both. You know what I mean? So if somebody out front driving by or just whatever and sees him being,
God, what's happening? Can you see there's all the pictures there? You click onto them, which is what I've been trying to do. Now, can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Right. So see this square here?
Yes.
Is that them kids were there in the basement. Is that what they're pointing to? Because it says the 16 kids lived in the 12 by 12 room around this size for 4 years straight. Or is it just showing? Because I'm thinking, did they have a basement? Did we find out?
Okay, so we did hear from the guy who walked through the house that they had a basement. But when I watched the video, they didn't go down in the basement. But I've always that this house has a basement because Ohio gets, and we know this house was built in 1900. So it's an old house. We could tell it's been added onto. I could show you exactly where it's been added onto. And so through the years, it's been added onto. And I guarantee you it's got a basement for, we call them Brady holes. You know, when a tornado or a bad storm comes, you just go down that. So it makes you wonder, were they in the basement actually? Like
that's what I'm thinking.
In the previous house, it sounds like if all the children's clothes were up in the attic, is that where they were put at in the other house, like in the attic part?
Yeah.
Regardless, we saw the walls and everything in that. We looked at the pictures that were released of the house. And the room that the children were sitting in, you know, there was like 4 different mattresses on the floor, crates everywhere, like where they were sitting or something, I guess but you could see the walls were like literally on the bottom part, like probably 12 inches up the wall all the way to the floor. There, all that sheetrock was missing. You could literally see outside underneath the house on the ground. So that makes me wonder. I wonder if a child or children, maybe, because remember it was one of the Turpin children that got them found. She escaped the night. So it makes me wonder, was any of the kids maybe in the middle? Were they trying to get out? Because what other reason would there be for holes to get in it? Because you can come in and out of the house.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I would just be so glad if we find out that it was a child that escaped and said, "Get me some help." Wouldn't that be at least one from? You know.
Yeah. Right. I've just got what I can do here. I found a bit of footage of if anyone wants to see. I'll have to play it bit by bit. If you do the fair use thingy, if you want to talk it through on the screen now.
Okay.
It is up on the screen, isn't it? Still.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not
scrolling. Not playing. Hold on. Hold on. Let me stop sharing that.
Fair Use Act. Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976 gives allowance for this content to be used for purposes of teaching, scholarship, research, and other things. Anyways, listen, don't come at us, YouTube. We're just this little channel. We're not causing anybody any trouble over here. There we go. There are disclaimers up being scrolled across the bottom. Copyright Act of 1976 gives allowance for this content to be used for purposes of criticism. We do. Comment. Oh, yes. News reporting. Hey, that's us. Teaching. We are here. We ain't giving out scholarships, y'all, though, because we're poor. And we research everything. Believe you me. So don't come at us, YouTube. Leave us alone. There are those big channels over there playing all that music that you usually get me and Maggie for. So just nobody here's making any money. No one cares. We're still poor since the day we started, and we don't want to be rich. We're good.
Right, and I put it in the chat there, Lee, so it's all good. We try to cover ourselves as much as we can. Hiya, Tito. Good to see you, love.
Good to see you.
Right, okay. So let's just have a look at this now then. Hang on. So this is the footage someone took illegally inside the house. So just have a good look at this. Okay, let me make it big. It's as big as it's going to go.
Here we go. Or maybe it's not. Hold on. Why you guys can't hear? How come there's no volume on this? Interesting. Oh, that would be why. Okay. Here we go.
The word screen, please.
Say again, love.
Take the words off the screen so we can see it.
Wait till we see that. Hang on. Yeah, done it. Okay. Oh no, it's gone on.
Our chat off the screen.
Oh, Lenny, I'm not with it. Hold on.
Okay.
Whew. Is it off? Yeah,
No.
it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
You mean it's
That's what we're talking about. And then you can make it bigger. So scroll back down towards.
Yeah. I know where I'm going to make it bigger. I was just about to do it then when you said. So is that all right for you now?
That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Is that big enough?
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry about that, guys. All right. So here it is, how it came out, how I saw it today. And then I'll slow it down.
The house. These are the two cars. There's the two cars. Check license plates. There's the S10. It's out front. This is the whole front of the house. As you see. Yeah.
Excuse me, Lenny, do you think I'm better with the sounds off? Because I've heard if you'd have the sounds off, it's better as well because of this copyright.
The on is probably better, and then we could watch it without the sound.
So I'll turn the sounds off.
Mm-hmm. No, leave it on at first, and then we'll watch it again without the sound.
Okay.
Have a little tractor over here. Have a window covering up the side window. I'll tell you, this is our second time going in. It's very, very bad. It's very bad. Cockroaches are moving all over. All right, I'm covering the face. Looks like this might have been a room that the kids stayed in. That's what it looks like. There's baby dolls. Oh my God, there's shit all over this floor. Look at this. Yeah, I know. I see the shit. Help on this school. This is like inhumane. Oh, look.
Apple.
Yeah, I see the shit. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah.
So, stop it when it shows the ground right there. Go back just a little.
No.
You know, where it shows the hole in the wall where you could actually see the ground. Like they said that some of the kids were like feral, so meaning like wild animals not able to talking, maybe just grunting. Where them that was like literally picking the parts of the wall out of the wall.
Yeah.
Or was it one of the kids that was trying to get out of the house and save them?
No. Or just sitting picking at the wall.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else for them to do.
Right. Just keep going, Maggie. It's okay.
Looks like this might have been a room that the kids stayed in. That's what it looks like. There's baby dolls. Oh my God, there's shit all over this floor. Look at this. Yeah, I know. I see the shit. Help on this school. This is like inhumane. Oh, look. Yeah, I see the shit. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah. That's so bad. Hearing shit on this fat one. From what the kids are saying, you can see there's cockroaches running all over. I didn't go to this.
He's got something over his face.
The floor, you can see it's moving around. All right, there's the tour. Do minute videos. So we can cover. There's the freezer. Looks like there was some kind of milk in there. It's some kind of bedroom. There's still a fan on and a heater. Looks like some kind of bedroom. Cockroaches everywhere. This looks like this is the living room. Dining room and living room. I have. Sounds like a floor. No, it's not. This is the bedroom up front. It's so bad. All right, we're out. The water works. Deep freezer. The water works. Yeah, I'll show you. Put the water on. It did have water. Look at me. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Did you see that in the sink then? When he turned the tap on, the bugs running up the sink?
But they did. I'm glad that they showed that, though, just because we know now that they did have water running.
Well, I checked that out. I went and looked, and it did have water. That was the first thing I checked.
Well, yeah, because I before.
Yeah.
I mean, so that shows me because he came up a couple flights of steps, So the door actually, so like the basement isn't covered by 4 walls of dirt, right? Where you can only get to it and out of it through the house. The basement, you can actually come out the door outside too. But that's, so it's like 3 walls that are covered in dirt. That's actually the part that's under the ground. That's where they were. They were in that basement because he went in that door on the side. And then after he showed us around the room and you could see where the walls have been just picked apart, then he walks up like a flight of stairs. Not a lot, but you know, and then that's where the rest of the house is. Yo,
Yeah.
I just
Oh, I just can't. Did you see when he turned the tap on now? The bug's running up the sink.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right, let's go back. They've got towels over the face. Did you see them?
Well, I would have had a mask on myself.
Yeah, I would have too. I would have too. That was just awful.
Come on.
Sorry.
Okay, we're starting over now in slow-mo. Okay, so we're going to walk through this together. Guys, this is really disturbing. Did you guys see the bugs everywhere, scattering everywhere? I've got literally right now hair on the back of my neck standing up. If anybody has any doubts about this being the house, I'm telling you, this is the house. This is not AI. I've double checked everything, compared it to pictures. This is definitely the house.
Me too.
Along the back here, when he comes around, you'll see that big white thing. Anybody on here know what that thing is? It's like, it looks like a big white tub. See that white? That like a round cylinder.
What is it, Lee?
Remember this white tub, and there's one in the living room too.
I don't think that's the same now, is it, Lee?
That looks like it's a water catcher, if you ask me, like rain.
Yeah.
But the one in the living room we saw,
yeah.
It was either MJD or Tashi that brought it up that it was a washing machine.
Yeah, a washing machine.
Would you catch rainwater?
Yeah.
Tell me what you guys think it is. These guys were like grossed out to know, and they could, like, you could tell they were.
If you want to.
And we can talk as it's playing. I mean, look at the walls, the way they've just been tore down.
Yeah.
Them poor kids must have been losing their mind, stuck in that room. And it's been getting filled in, you can see, you know, and you're like, oh my God. Look at that.
So for 4 years, one or many
stuck in there,
pulling away from the walls. See, you could go straight under the house right there. So let's see, he walks up. Yeah, see the bugs. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh my God. I think she's paused it for a minute now.
Do you know that I'm sure most people know this about roaches and such. They will absolutely feed off of human bodies, even if the human bodies are alive. So it wouldn't surprise me that the kids that went to the 2 that were life flighted, I mean, we can imagine they were probably emaciated, you know, where they were starved.
Oh, yeah.
But were they also, do they have some kind of disease from these bugs, or was the sores so bad on their bodies because roaches absolutely.
Look at the bugs up the wall, like, all running.
Yep.
Oh, them poor kids.
Yep.
To take a new baby into that as well, Leanie. Oh. Washing machine.
No, I think that's isn't it a sink? They just got shit in the sink, clothes, and something else in there. I think it's
the hell.
Yeah, because the bathtub's right in the background back there. That's their sink. The bathroom sink.
Oh, it's the sink that hasn't been plumbed in or something.
Yeah. No, well, I don't know. Some of them do have little holes right there, breathing holes or whatever, but they're usually not that big. But this is an old house, so I don't know. I'm sure it didn't even have water at the time it was built.
Oh my gosh.
Not even wearing shoes. He's wearing, whoever that is wearing flip flops. There's no way.
Oh my god. Blech. Oh. I wouldn't have had fucking flip flops on in there with you. I'd have had boots up to my ears.
Oh, I'd be in a hazmat suit.
Yeah, I was. I'd be in one of those forensics. I couldn't cope. What's that? Is that food?
Does that look like what do you call it? Like a TV dinner, you guys? Is that what that is?
Oh, I don't know. Look, yeah, it does. Oh, like cheese, and that looks like cheese, salmon, and ham. I can't see the chat, by the way.
Can't either. It is. Well, I don't think it's moving because I've got it
Oh
on.
my God, Lord.
So there is water bottles up there. Why did they buy water bottles? If there's
No.
Oh God, how old is the milk?
As old as me, I think. Terrible. That cabbage leaves.
It looks like a strainer, definitely in there that you.
Yeah, with on top of the cabbage leaves.
Yeah.
That's what she must have had for the breasts. You know, when she was breastfeeding, cold cabbage leaves. You put the snail twigs, put them in the fridge.
They actually.
And then you put them over your boobs, and it soothes them. You know, because of the pain you get. So that's what they are. The cabbage leaves. Oh, look at the bugs look at the bugs running on the pillow.
Well, they had mattresses, didn't they? So I wonder.
All over the floor.
Yeah, I wonder if they would set them up like that during the day and then just drop them down over the shit at night to go to sleep on.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Or they just left there because they were like there was a big hole in the wall and you could see some through there. They must have just crept through and gone wherever they could. Imagine them crawling all over you all night, Leanie. Your poor body, you'd be bit alive. I can't stand it. I'm tearing my head. Oh, feel like I've got nits. I'm scratching terrible. Oh, what's that? That's dressing table. It's got a cheek. Let's have a look. Is that the wheelchair there in the corner, Lee?
That is. It looks like a walker to me. Does it look like that to you guys? Like,
oh yeah, could be. How would he walk with that in that house?
That's why it's folded up in the corner.
He's got that for the sick to say he can't walk.
Or maybe when he goes to the hospital.
Yeah, he keeps it there. Oh my God! Did they actually go in there and prepare stuff? Oh, I couldn't go in there with them bugs running everywhere. Oh my God, help them kids. That's terrible.
That looks like a bed laying down though, right? I wasn't sure.
Wait, what? Say that again.
White thing that was laying down a few seconds ago. It just looked like a bed that was laying down on top of shit. So I slept there, one of the adults. Where the hell are they going to?
Where did the adults sleep? Where was granddad and grandmother? Where?
And where are they having privacy to have sex to get this girl pregnant as much as she is?
God knows, because there's a hole in every wall. That poor, oh God, is out now. Ew, look at the bugs.
I'd rather outside, you guys. I'd have me and my baby sleeping right out in that backyard.
Oh, I'm anyone itching their heads. I'm itching in all over my head. Like I've got nits, I swear to God. Oh, it's horrible. Oh. Oh my God.
Yeah, we can cut her off. Goodness gracious, what do you guys think? I mean, is it worse than you thought it was? Is that the first time you guys have ever?
Oh,
I mean, what do you think the first time you saw it? I mean, when they go ahead, yeah, whenever they come out and they tell us, that it's like the worst places they've ever seen and stuff like that, my mind could never go to this kind of. My mind can never go to this kind of filth because I've
no.
encountered it before. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know
The
those.
only time I've seen houses like that is years ago when I was a kid, and we called them bomdies, and they were just derelict houses. People they'd left furniture in there, and half of the house was knocked down, and we'd all go through as kids and have a little nose around, and that's what they were, unlived in houses. That it's people are just up and left moonlight flits, whatever you call it, and just left bits of clothes and furniture here and there. You'd see the wallpaper on the walls hanging all off, and
Yeah.
it was just a derelict house. It was ready to be pulled down, and that's the only time I've witnessed something like that.
I mean, I've witnessed it twice in my life. One was at my now husband's cousin's house, and he didn't even know his cousin lived like that, but he was going to
Oh
fix
my
something
God.
there. And I walked in, and baby Chow was just a newborn, and he turned around, looked at me, he said, "Take my baby back to the truck," and I did.
Oh,
And he fixed their things. And then there was another time when we were kids. My dad's best friend used to live like that, and for some reason, my parents thought it would be a good idea to bring all their kids over there and clean their house. Oh,
oh.
I know why they did that now, because never mind. It's no big. It's neither here nor there. But but my mind still never goes to that kind of disgust and neglect, and it could. I just can't get there. I can't get there. It's terrible.
Just typing in chat, sorry, Lee.
It's okay. I can't see chat right now.
MJT said maybe they kept the lights on all the time. Do you think the roaches hide when the lights are on? Well, can you imagine what it's like when, oh God, when it goes dark, they must be running everywhere.
I mean, for the most part, yes, but once a house is still, that they will come out. Maybe not
Oh yeah,
fast
yeah,
like that, but if everybody's asleep at the same time, they're going to come out. And we don't know if there was any electricity there.
yeah, because there was no proof of any. I think it
Yeah.
was Toshi that seen that the first time. She said there was no electricity into there. She was looking, didn't see anything. Is that right, Toshi? I think some of you are not seeing each other because you're in the other chat.
Yeah.
Alex Cleary said the same before. Do you know where Alex went? I think he's in cyberspace.
Well, and the other thing I want to say is, like, just because we don't see the electricity poles or the lines going into the house, we can't assume that there's no electricity there, because especially in cold climate places,
Mm-hmm.
our electricity is buried under the ground to keep it from freezing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very possible that they did have electricity. It's just buried underground.
So MJT says, I'm pretty sure on one of the videos of somebody breaking in to record a video, there was a light on in one of the rooms. And oh God, you're right. There was a fan going. The fan was going round. Do you remember? In the first video we seen,
Okay.
there was a white fan on the ceiling and that was still going round.
Okay, that makes me feel somewhat better, but by whose benefit? Is it benefiting the kids? Is it benefiting the adults? I mean, at this
Yeah.
point, I just think every move they made was wrong.
I just don't see where any of them slept, like.
And I'm going to say, I'm going to call it right now that this is going to have a lot to do with, I hate using this word, but I don't know.
You said this from the start, haven't you?
It's going to be, their defense is going to lie on religion. And it's going to be a bunch of religions mixed together, especially the having the children thing. I think that's what that is all going to be about. But even though it's not a sin, nobody tells us how many kids we can have. You can have as many kids as you want. Should you? No. But I think that's what that's, and then just that.
It's like the women in the third world countries, they won't have contraception because it's against what they believe in.
What they believe,
so,
right. Right. That's right. Well, Mac,
I don't know if they're not.
I have thoroughly enjoyed this with all of you, but my phone's gonna die. I need a new phone. Y'all pray.
Go on, love. Get yourself off anyway.
But I really enjoyed this. It was very enlightening. Once again, I think you rocked the Casbah, and you're my favorite co-host ever, and I love you so much. Out with us, I appreciate you so much. Do me a favor, give Maggie a like, and
please hit the like and subscribe.
3 minutes. So
can you hit the like as well, please, Lee, on your phone?
I already did, Love Bug, and
thanks, Gail.
Okay. I love you, Mag. Thank you.
Love you. I'll see you soon, Lee. Take care, love.
Will
good night. I'm saying good night because it's night for me. Good night.
Can you kick me?
I will. Well, most certainly. Get off. There she goes. Great to do that, you know. So MJZ said they could have filled up a few dumpsters with all the garbage in the house. Maybe they didn't have the money to pay the garbage take away. Not that that's any kind of excuse. But listen to this, right? You've got kids from the age of 1 to 18. You've got 4 adults. Maybe one of them couldn't do anything. If they said, right, today we're all going to clean, get everything off the floor. Let's dump it outside. Let's light a fire. Do you know what I mean? Let's do that, whatever. I don't know. Just pile them all up outside, clean the house. How long would it have taken them to clear one room, all of them? 20 people. Them rooms would have all been done within 2 hours. The whole lot of that house with the amount of people there. Even the little ones, you'd say, come on, you pick this stuff up, and would they be made up to be doing something? At least they'd be doing something rather than sitting picking at the walls and making holes because they had nothing else to do in that room. So why couldn't why couldn't them parents, whatever, get them all the kids together and say, come on, we're gonna have to clean up here today. You know, I just don't get that. You had a bonfire, throw it all outside and set it on fire. Are you going pink or are you saying hugs, Shalini? But, you know, for 20 people, how long would it have taken to just get everything out of that house outside? You know, get in touch with your pastor or whatever and say you're struggling, you've got no beds or something. There's always someone willing to help or being able to help. I just don't know how you could live like that for 4 years with them cockroaches running all over you. They should have burnt the trash, yeah? I just get the hell of the lot of it right outside. There was no excuse. There's enough of them in there. I mean, to have that house not to be, you know, you'd start, get the kids, all older ones, starting to clean up and wash dishes and things like that to start. You know, if she's on her own with all them babies, and then them babies suddenly grow up, teach them to do little bits of chores, the house would have been spotless because there's enough of them. Could have ate off the floor. I just don't get it. Maybe it wasn't that bad for the whole 4 years. Yeah, that's what I was saying to Leni before. You know, when did it all start? I mean, because at one point the kids were out They have bicycles. So, I mean, when families are poor, the kids don't have any toys. So they have bicycles. So they were outside on their bikes at one point. So it hasn't been like this for all of their lives, which makes it more, well, you know, the way you say, well, they didn't know any better. Well, they did. They did know any, so that's even more cruel, isn't it? To confine them to a room where they can't go out for 4 years. How cruel's that? And why did they suddenly come to that decision to put them kids in the room and to just leave them there? MJG says the way those holes were in the walls, like it makes me think it was like the pack of animals. That's what I'm saying. They were picking at the walls, MJG, because there was nothing else for them to do. They were losing their minds. The kids, I mean, kids need stimulation. You need, you know, the brains are like sponges. They take so much information in. They've had nothing going on, only looking at each other. No wonder they were feral like. But then, if they've been in other places and it hasn't always been like that, that's that for 4 years. It's them kids losing their minds. Are you happy? Hope you're okay, love. I blame him, Maggie, full stop. But something, I can't wait, John, to find out. I do think she's a victim. I mean, I'd like to think that rather that she just left them kids to it. Toshi says, I think authorities failed these kids. They were all registered baits, so there was no excuse. And now, known CPS is being called multiple times over the years, and nothing was done. Oh, they've definitely failed them. Definitely. But you know what? Nothing will happen to them, Toshi. Nothing happens. We're having a case here now. This poor little baby was taken to hospital. They'd only had him 3 months. They'd adopted him. He was only 13 months old. And they'd only had him 3 months. And he broke his arm. He had bruises all over him, bites on his little bottom and everything. And they were going, oh, he banged into this, he banged into that. He'd been in the hospital 3 times. And nothing was done. And they killed him because they were saying him. And social services, you know, they failed them so. Oh, it's just awful. I don't know what's going on. Did you see that case, John, about the oh God, what's the my brain? Oh, the poor little baby from Blackpool. The 2 guys from Blackpool adopted the baby. Just awful. Brissy says, I wondered if they were picking at the walls and eating because they were starving. Who knows? I just see in my brain that they're losing their minds. They're losing their minds just sitting there. They just don't, I mean, you see monkeys, don't you, like apes? And they start picking at things, don't they, and looking at it, and they start looking in the other ape's ear and everything, but they're bored, they need to do something. Sickos, Maggie John said. I hope to, do you know what? I hope to God she is a victim. I really do. And people, I know it's being said, what's the chances of incest going on? That this has been an issue? Oh, doesn't bear thinking about. It really doesn't. I'll just see if I've got any more pictures on here. I don't think I have. I've only got this one. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, none of them look starving. None of them adults look starving at all. She looks red-eyed, crying. He's not hungry. And he's fully aware. They're saying he doesn't know what day he's in, but he's looking at the sun there. You know, he's taking all in what's happening. She looks absolutely petrified to me. Petrified. No TVs in the house. There was nothing like that, was there? Nothing at all. I wondered if Mummy was abusing substances. Anything's possible. In Britain, they should bring back the death penalty back for animals like that. Tell you, it really is. Once it's proved without a shadow of a doubt, yeah, absolutely. Then I just can't bear to think. Can you imagine animals being found in that state? People would go, but just lose the shit, wouldn't they? So imagine how we're all feeling that it's babies, little kids in there. You know, I just want to know where they were staying, because you see a few mattresses on the floor, a few black crates that they've obviously been used to sit on. That was on another video that I seen. But I mean, where, they're saying that the old fella can't do this, that, and the other. So where did he sleep? Where did he sleep? He must have had to get down on the floor. I couldn't get down on the floor and get back up. Got no chance. I saw pictures of cats like looking out the open windows, laying there, yeah, and all the bowls were overflowing with food. They had cat food outside in bowls, guys, and it was really high, like heaps, loads of cat food, dried food, and I started to think, oh my God, did they have bowls like that all around the house, and that's what the kids were eating? I think all those boxes and crates are from the food pantry that they were sent to every 2 weeks, maybe. Justice will be served, Maggie, in jail for them. Oh, I hope so. Oh no, they've gone to jail then. They've been served life sentences. The other one of them got 25 years, and he's only got to do a third of it, and then he's off for parole. What's going on? I think they're going to get murdered in jail before they get out. One of them will. And now he's claiming insanity. He's not eating. He's pretending he's gone out of his mind. So he gets moved out of this prison because it's the worst prison. Monster Mansion, it's called. And he wants to get out of there. So that's what he's in the hospital. You see, he gets treated as a patient, not as a criminal. But yeah, so that's all we've got to tell you about the SIDERS so far. With there being a gag order, you're just getting drips and drabs, and you're trying to pick up what So as soon as I find something, see it, I'll come on and let you know. I'm sorry, like I say, there's not much, but it's just hard to try and get some information at all. And I can't get all the info when I search for it, being out of the country. So Leanie has to do that for me. Pink said, my mum had to open up the chicken coop early in the morning because the chickens will start pecking each other's heads until they are released. And yeah, because they go out the mind, just being cooped up. With a bit of luck, someone will get them both. Oh, I hope so. Toshi, did you read it? I sent it into Discord. I don't know whether anyone watched it. Preston, his name was, little Preston. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I don't know why I feel empathetic. Well, we were saying before, she looks lost. I hope she's a victim. I'd rather think that, because she looks so scared and vulnerable. So, it really is. It's so sad. And I just can't get my head around where they were all sleeping. 20 people. There was I seen one sofa in there. Oh, you'll have to go and watch it. I put it up on Discord. MJD, go and watch it. It's so sad. 3 months they had him. Yeah, she controlled by him. Like Leanie was saying before, she was only 15 when she got married and had a baby. And he controlled everything about her. She was terrified. Even a kid, she had to keep her kids in line. They were all, he was like a sergeant major. And once that fear goes in your head, it stays there. Yeah, daughter said I watched was outside the court. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. MJG said, that's what I was thinking when I first saw the place. Where are these people sleeping? Well, I was looking round because I've seen it before, and I've seen a few mattresses. I think I've seen 3 mattresses on the floor, and they were, you can imagine the state the mattresses were in. But I seen one sofa. Where is everyone sleeping? Because I have got no clue where anyone's sleeping, because we've seen every room, didn't we? But we didn't see the basement. So were they sleeping down the basement? Why haven't we seen the basement? I need to ask Leanie to check. She said she checked, and those houses have basements. Oh, Brissy, the story is Baby Preston. It's if you put in Baby Preston, Blackpool. I mean, I don't know whereabouts are you? Were you in the States, Brissy? Just put Baby Preston, Blackpool, or John Farley. I'll put the name in here now. There's a big playlist about it, so start from the beginning. Hang on. Can you see that, Briss? That's the one who's doing life. And wait you see him acting when they tell him the baby's died. Wait you see him screaming, going hysterical. Bastards. Toshi said the fact so many appliances were upturned tells me there had to be violence in their house. Yeah. Why was everything in pieces smashed to death? Do you know what I mean? Because it wasn't just thing unused, everything was smashed to pieces. Okay, Briss, it's trigger warning light, but it's just so sad. They only has them for 3 months. I mean, I could have covered the case on here, but you get a lot of people, you know, that come into the chat that don't like it, and I don't want to offend anyone. It's not my channel, it's Leanie's channel. Leanie lets me do as and what I want, do you know what I mean? But I won't. I don't want to bring anything, you know, to her channel. But I mean, if anyone is interested in it and they want me to, you know, bring up what I've got and share and, you know, start it on here, I'll speak to Leanie and see if it's okay with Leanie. I don't see Leanie having any issue with it. She never does. But I'd rather go through Leanie. Toshi says he had semen in his little lungs, yeah, and they choked him with the penis. He was choking. He had bruises everywhere. His insides, oh, can you imagine? His liver was, I think it was his liver that was perforated. It's fucking vile. Absolutely, that poor little baby, what he went through. He came from foster parents, absolutely adored him. They were in pieces. And all you hear, the videotapes looking at him is laughing, little chuckles on him. Gorgeous little baby. How anyone could hurt a baby like that. It's just terrible. It's beyond all anything that you can even imagine in your brain. At one point they said as well, when he videoed this on his phone, he even put him in a bath and was doing stuff in the bath, right? He was cruel. The baby, he put him in water and the baby was trying to crawl out the bath. And, you know, he was slipping and banging his little self. And he was just videoing that. Videoing it. The baby was fighting for his life, lying on the floor. And he videoed that as well. I hope he gets kicked to fuck in that jail. Telling you, John. He was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, Toshi. MJD, I put it up. You've got to go and see it. I'll put it back. I'll get it and I'll put it in the Discord for you to watch. But I can cover it on here. if anyone else wants to say it. But let me tell you, it's trigger warning because it made me feel, I cried watching it and it made me feel sick. It was just awful. All you want to do when you see a little baby like that is to love them and, make sure no one hates them. I had a dog I absolutely adored, wouldn't let a hair on her body get harmed. It broke my heart when I lost her. I can't get how anyone could hurt a child. Oh, I hope he gets it in jail. I so hope he gets it. And that's why he's playing now that he's lost his mind. Because he knows he's going to be had off in that jail. They done the last fella, what was his name, Tosha, you might know. He was an artist. He was a big paedophile. Women used to take their babies to him for him to abuse. He was a sicko. And he went to this jail and they got in the cell and cut his throat. Prison justice, definitely. Yeah, he was a school teacher. Yeah. You get it, okay. It's just awful. Absolutely awful. So I'm going to close this down now. If there's anything that anyone wants us to cover, we're going to try and going to be covering now. I might get the girl that we call her postnatal depression, and she had a psychosis episode and killed her 3 children, and then tried to kill herself, but she ended up seriously ill in intensive care. I think we're going to be covering that soon. Because I remember watching that when it first happened. It was awful. But as he said, when I hear a baby crying, I just want to go and pick them up and soothe them, yeah? Ian Watkins, that was the fella. Yeah, dirty bastard. And the mothers that used to get pregnant for him, who used to take their newborn babies to him, what the fuck happened to them? What happened to them? I mean, to be fair, cutting his throat was no type of justice. They should have just tortured him every now and again, kept him alive and tortured him like he did to all them little newborn babies. See you, John. Thanks for coming in, love. Speak to you again soon. Take care. Okay, everyone. Thanks for coming in. As and when, I'll bring it over in case some of you haven't heard what we've heard. Oh, and for Toshi and MJD, because I didn't think you were there when we were covering the first bit. Elizabeth's got the 16 kids. She's pregnant again. Now she's having baby number 17. We've heard it's a little girl. Can you believe that she's having another baby? Yeah, Lost Prophets. Oh. He's another one to look up him. Okay, everyone. See you all soon. Thanks for coming in. Please hit the like if you haven't already. Thanks very much. Take care.
Life is hard and life is wild. It can be sad or full of smiles. And every once in a while, you need a break from the mundane. So come back to see your friend, or she'll wonder where you've been. According to Leanie, she appreciates you and all that you do. You need her, but she needs you, and that's the beauty of according to Leanie. So thank you for your time. You are a friend of mine. I'll be happy to see you again on the next According to Leanie. Be good. or be good at it. Until next time, lovely me, lovely me, lovely me. Next time, lovely me, lovely me. Life is hard and life is wild. It can be sad or full of smiles. And every once in a while, you need a break from the mundane. So come back to see your friend, or she'll wonder where you've been. According to Lee, she appreciates you and all that you do. You need her, she needs you, and that's the beauty of according to Lee. Be good or be good at it. Until next time, lovely me, lovely me, lovely me. Life is hard and life is wild. It can be sad or full of smiles. And every once in